Exit, and we as angel investors look for a 10 times return. So we're looking for a return for our investment for you to grow your business and make a success of it. So what does the angel funding ecosystem look like? Well, angels are there right the way through different stages of growth. So you might be interested in crowdfunding. You might have had crowdfunding in your business in the early stage, or you might have used your credit card to help you get off the ground, or your friends and family. Angels will tend to come in when you've started to prove that you've got a real business there, something that they can really look at, something that they can really look at and start to see where they could invest. Angels also like to invest in companies that have been in an accelerator or an incubator. So if you've been through one of those, that's also interesting to angels. And angels like to co-invest with each other in syndicates, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Angels also get involved with venture capital. So if for those of you who might be interested in growing your business later on and taking on venture capital, angels are quite happy and interested to work with venture capitalists to help grow your business. And there are angels who will literally stay in your deal right through the stages of growth, right through to AIM or to exit to an IPO, or perhaps another big business might buy your company and help you to have an exit. And that's really when the angels will look to have liquidity and get out of the deal. So how big is the angel market? How many people are out there investing? Well, as you can see from this stat, it's a very big market. There's about £1.1 billion going into small businesses every year. We know that because obviously angels do take a tax break, and I'll tell you about that shortly. But the most interesting thing for you to know is that it's a much bigger source of investment than venture capital. So if you were looking at venture capital for your business, actually angel money is the most significant source for you when you're at the early stage of thinking about your business, before you've really grown it and the venture capital comes in. So I think it's an important area for you to bear in mind. It's also important to understand that it's different to venture capital, and it's different to debt and loan in your business. If you have a bank loan, which is often the most common thing you think of perhaps having as your first stage of business, you've really got to be able to have real traction in your business at that point. You've got to be able to be selling things and making money so that you can pay that money back. Angel money is not about paying it back, it's about growing your business and then ultimately giving a return to the angels. If you're looking at VCs, well, obviously VCs do give you more money, but they will look for a lot more in return. They will take a lot of time to decide if they're going to invest in your business. They will do a lot of due diligence. They will spend a lot of time in looking at you if you're the right business for them. And they often will look to make changes in your business when they invest in you, because they want to make sure that your business will grow fast. So it's not the kind of money that you want to take on when you're in the early stages of your business. It's much better to actually focus much more on your own business, and that's what business angels will do. So what do they look for? Have you got the right kind of business that could attract angels? For a start, do you have a team? If you're just a one-man band, that's okay to start with, but have you got other people around you that the angel will also respect? So have you got some good advisors? Have you got people who are assisting you with the development of your business before you can grow your team? We're looking for people who are passionate and who really care about their business. We're looking for people who've got the real tenacity and going to give it 24 hours to really help to grow that business. So that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for lifestyle businesses. We don't actually want to give you money if you're just having a nice life with your business and just enjoying it. So you've really got to want to make your business grow. Have you got a good business model? Can you show how your business will make money? That's very important for you to understand. We're looking for you to show us that you've got good cash revenue opportunity. Even if you haven't yet made that business profitable or even yet turning over revenue, we really want to see that model that will show us how you will make that business work. And can you scale your business? One of the most important things we want to know is, can you really grow that business? Do you know how it's going to scale from a small business into a big business and become a really strong player in the marketplace? That's what we're looking for. And then even, as I said, even if you're not generating revenue, can you actually show that path through to becoming profitable and successful as time goes on? We're also looking to know if you've got customers. Have you got any customers, or have you actually identified who your customers will be? We don't necessarily expect you to have everyone buying your products and services in the early phase, but can you at least demonstrate that you've perhaps tested it out, you've got a test market, that you perhaps had a pop-up stand, that you've actually tried out your app on the internet and seeing if people will follow you. So you can be a follower, you could have followers, you can have people who you identify as one day becoming your customers. And at this stage, we just want to have evidence that you really can make that business work and that people will want to buy your products and want to pay for your products and will need those products. Can you really understand your competition? How do you differentiate yourself against the other people around you? Do you know who your competition is and how you'll build that service or product to be faster, better, cheaper? How does yours stand out from the crowd? Have you got advantage that I would want to be interested in? And can you build yourself a defensible competitive position in that you can actually be the first mover in your market, or that you can really show you've got a great niche that no one else can get to at this moment? Have you protected your brand? Have you got a great cult following? All of those things are important to us when looking at whether we'll invest in your business. And can you show really how you can really make money for me as an investor? You have to remember, I'm looking for 10 times growth. So I want you to really show that you've got the kind of financial projections that will really show that great growth path, that I can show how I can invest in that and get my money back. And then finally, are you prepared to have someone who puts money into your business, take a role in your business, and help to give you advice? Because angels want to help you grow your business, not just walk off and leave you with the money. So I don't know how many of you know, but the government has given fantastic tax breaks to investors to help them invest in great businesses like you. It's your gift to investors to be able to offer tax breaks. So the government believes in angel investing so much that they've offered people a way that they can get some of their money back when putting money into a small business. So for those of you who are in an early phase in your business, if you're less than 2 years old and you haven't taken on investment before, you can offer an investor a 50% tax break for investing in your business. And that's a great offer if someone's a bit hesitant as to whether they should make that investment. It's a really great offer to them to know that it gives them a comfort that they can get, for every £100 they give to you, they can get £50 back from the government, as well as some other additional savings as well. So if you fit those criteria, that you're less than 2 years old and you haven't got assets of more than 200,000, then that's a very important thing for you to know. And if you look at the, if you go on the actual website there, you can actually fill in a form and you can find out if you have advanced eligibility, and that's really, really helpful to us as investors to know that you can be eligible for that tax break. And for those of you who perhaps are more established and are looking to take on a bit more money, more than 150,000, then there's the Enterprise Investment Scheme, which gives a 30% tax break to investors. So that's also very good, and also gives us lots of comfort and help to encourage us to invest in your business. There's also a fantastic help from the government called the Angel Co-Fund, where 100 million has been put on the table by our government to help if you can build a group of investors around you and you have a great lead angel, then you can have a great tax break as well as having additional money come alongside your syndicate. And the government, who is called the British Business Bank, who are actually running this fund, the government's backed it. It's actually a big angel fund. It's not venture capital. They will come in alongside a group of angels and give an additional piece of firepower. Around 49%, around 300 or 400K is their sweet spot, where they're very happy to bring an additional piece of investment. So that's really worth knowing about. And do follow that link, especially if you can pull a syndicate of angels around you. And if you're based in London, there's a new 25 million angel co-investment fund that's just opening up here as well to give even more firepower to London businesses that the Mayor of London's backing. So if you are looking to raise angel money, how do you go about it? Well, the first thing to bear in mind is this doesn't come to you tomorrow. This is going to take a bit of planning. So if you're in urgent need of money, then angel money is not the way for you. You need to be able to really plan to take on board angel money and to find the right angels for you. So this is your toolkit that you need to attract investors. First of all, have you got a business plan? And we don't mean a long one, because we don't like long plans. We like them to be relatively short. About 20 pages is something very comfortable for us, but you need to think that you're writing your plan not just as a general plan, but this is a plan for investment. This is your investment proposal that you're going to give to the investor. And also you need a 2-page executive summary that you can easily give out to people, so you're not giving away all your ideas and all your IP when you first meet an investor. You just give them a couple of pages, really summarizing the key points. If you think of those things that I said that an investor looks for, can you cover off those key points in a 2-pager that give me the sense that this is an exciting business that I might want to put my money into? It's really good also to make sure you've got some financial projections, a nice little spreadsheet that shows how your business will grow over about 5 years, because I want to see your growth path. I want to see how you're going to make money over 5 years. I know it's hard to plan, but I really want to see that you've got that kind of thinking in your mind, that you've got the ambition and that you really think you're going to make a success in 5 years. And you can show the impact of the angel money when it gets into your business, and when that really has a great effect on the growth of your business. And then have you got a PowerPoint? Have you got a PowerPoint? So you need about 10 or 12 slides that really tell the story of your business, that you can stand up and tell anybody when you meet them, but also you can send that also in an email to someone. It's a much quicker way of quickly getting to your business. These are the things you need to have in your pitch. So what have you achieved to date in your business? Tell us, don't be afraid to brag, really sell yourself and sell your business. And who are you? Who's your team? What's the experience you have? And tell us about your products and your services. Have you got a real USP? Have you got something that's a real niche that you can show us? And really, what is your market? Who are your customers? How are you going to make money? How is it disruptive and standing out from other businesses? And do you have a growth plan? Can you show that growth plan in a nice little strategy on a slide? And then finally, you know, tell us how you've been doing to date, why you need the money, why we should invest in you. Because this is something that, if you can say that in about 10 or 12 minutes, that's a really great asset, because you never know when you're going to bump into a potential investor when you're out and about. You could be out here today, bump into someone who could give you the money you want if you can express in 10 or 12 minutes really succinctly what your business has got to offer. You've also got to think of it from the investor's point of view, because investors, they're not dragons, by the way, they're much nicer than that, but they really want to know why, if I put my money in your business, what will I get back? Why should I want to put my good money into your business? It's because you are promising me, I hope, that you're going to be a great growth business, give me a great return, and tell us about the money you need and why you need it. So, how do you go about finding investors? Well, at UKBAA, we have a searchable directory, so you can go online and you can put in the amount of money you're looking for and where you are in the country, and that will come up with a list of investors that you could start to look at. Each of them is a bit different. There's no one kind of investor, so you need to find out the right one for you. You need to, when you've identified the ones that you think you could focus on, then you should send out your little exec summary, your 2-pager, and ideally your little PowerPoint deck, and send that out to the investors and see which ones are interested in you. As I say, you need to kiss a lot of frogs. You absolutely need to talk to an awful lot of investors to find the right ones for you. You'll want to do due diligence on them in the same way they do on you, so that you make sure you've got the right ones in your own business. And the angels will want to talk to you a lot. They'll ask you a lot of questions. They'll want you to really demonstrate that what you say in your plan is really true and that you can really give evidence that this will really work. And remember, this is money coming from someone and they're taking shares in your business. So it is a legal process. There are templates that we have on our website, and you need to understand that ultimately you do need a lawyer to help sign that off. And the money for the lawyer you'll tend to use out of the investment that you've gained. And remember, as I said at the beginning, this can take 2 or 3 months, so you need to be prepared to spend real time on this and real energy and real commitment. Go back. And for those of you who are interested in knowing more and meeting some investors, you might like to come along to our Winter Investment Forum in January. You may have picked up one of our leaflets, but we're happy to give you one. And do come and find out more about angel investing. And that's some useful links if you want to look into what we can offer you at UK Business Angels Association. So thank you very much for your time.